Welcome to Meets Woodshop. And making this really fancy clipboard for your damper and eye protection. Let's drill some holes. Join me in making this awesome beer mug. So I'm actually really happy with this. I think it looks really nice. My dovetails. I did not think that I was going to be making a technique. Hey, I'm Caleb with Means Woodshop, and today I'm going to show you how to make a really simple shop kit box. Let's get on with the project. Keeping my workbench organized is not going so well for me, and I kind of just chunk everything in there. Last night I installed this drawer where I could put my smaller stuff in here so I can access it much easier, because I got like hand planes, and glue, and all kinds of stuff in there. So when I'm looking for these smaller things, they get lost like underneath all the big stuff. So what I made today was this little box here, and this is Yellowheart and padauk. It's pretty nice, and this stores my jigsaw blades. I got this just Craig mini jig for making pocket holes. It came with just the drill bit, the jig, and this little Allen wrench for the adjustable collar on the bit. And right now those are just kind of free floating in my drawer. I thought, since I made that box for my jigsaw blades, why not make a box for my pocket hole stuff? And to make that, I've got this really cool looking piece of, this is black limba and some African mahogany, and I think that would make a great box. I've got a 1/4 inch straight bit in my router. It's set to about half the thickness of this small board, and I'm gonna make a rabbet, so that's what our the top and bottom of the box will fit on. And this little stuff here just snaps right off. I need to figure out how big this box is going to be, and most of that is going to depend on this drill bit. So with a little bit of extra space here and some here, I'm going to say about there is where I need to cut it. Another thing I gotta figure out is how thick the box needs to be, how much depth it has. So if, let's say, this is the bottom of the box right here on the rabbet, see, now we gotta cut some 45-degree miters. Okay, so I made some errors. Errors happen. It's a thing. It can happen to anybody. Don't throw me on the stake. So here's what the mistake was, or that black limba. It was not long enough to get a top and bottom that was long enough to accommodate the drill bit. So I had to cut it down so I could get 2 equal pieces out of it for the top and bottom. So now it won't be able to accommodate the drill bit, but it could accommodate the jig and the Allen wrench, which I think is most important, because I promise you I will lose this if I don't lose it before I'm done making the box. Also, the African mahogany, since the pieces I'm working with are so small, these, I mean, the length of this before I cut it, that's all I have of this. So it's not long enough to make the sides and the fronts of the box. Is I went ahead and cut a rabbet and this piece of zebra wood, and the zebra wood is going to go with this to make the fronts of the box. So I'm going to cut out the fronts of the box out of this zebra wood, and then we'll move on. Now I've gone ahead, now that I got the fronts of the box done, I've gone ahead and I've put a rabbet on the other side so that the box can rest on either side. Okay, so all I'm doing now is just kind of lining the fronts up with this. Okay, so I've got that line. That's its total width that it needs to be. One thing that I find myself liking to do is I like to creep up on where I need to make these cuts, especially with the 45s, because I usually end up taking off too much, so I like to slowly creep on it like a creep. Let's glue it up. Showing. Which side do you like better? I think I like this side better. Or no, maybe that's, I don't know. Yeah, this is gonna be the inside. Or is it? You know what? This is the inside. Now we'll let the dang old thing dry and we can come back to it soon and finish up. Okay, now I promise that this is a one-day project. I started so late yesterday on a work night at that, so I had to let it sit overnight. But if you got unlimited time, unlike some of us, or you start early enough, you get this done easy and maybe like 2 hours or so. Shut up! What do they crow for anyways? What are they crowing for? Is it to claim territory? Is it to intimidate other roosters? Or what is it? What's it all about? What's it come down to? Oh, the box is looking pretty good. We gotta separate the lid now from the box. We got a problem, I can't find my dead burn eye protection. I put this piece of wood in here so when I'm cutting it, it won't close in on itself and potentially pinch the blade. So I've got the top separated from the box, but what I'm going to do is I do have this thin strip of African mahogany left, and I'm thinking about ripping it down to get a thin piece off of it, and then making a little lip thing in here, so this will have something to hug, so it'll slide in, stay in place the way it's supposed to. Line it up. I could butt this end up in here and just sort of draw where I need to cut it. And that cut could be made easily at the scroll saw. So I cut down some more thin strips of the African mahogany, and I can use that to make a little divider inside of it. Let's get this stuff out of there so we don't get glue all over it. The Craig jig, Allen wrench that goes with it, the drill bit that I like so much, this bit which has a square head for the pocket hole screws, this bit for star drives, and another star drive bit. It's all going to be there. The bits I use the most. Wow, that black limba looks just as cool as I thought it would. Now these shop boxes are really handy to have, especially for stuff like the little Craig jig or little blades like that. Just little things that are easy to lose track of, especially if you don't keep them in their original packaging. I don't. You got friends or somebody in your shop, you can be like, hey, look what I made. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. Also, you could maybe share it too. It's not asking too much. Also, if you did enjoy this video, also subscribe to my channel too. I try to put a video out every week making projects like this. You could hit that little notification bell too and get notified every time I do upload a new video. These damn birds. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time.